If you think Canada and the United States are the same, this video will change your mind. The smallest Canadian habits often create the biggest surprises for visiting Americans, from how Canadians speak, to how they face the cold, to how they treat strangers. Many of their daily habits often leave Americans puzzled, curious, and sometimes even impressed. Canada and the United States share one of the longest borders in the world. They watch each other's movies, listen to each other's music, and travel back and forth every day. To many people, these two nations might look almost identical. Similar cities, similar lifestyles, and similar modern comforts. But step into the daily life of an ordinary Canadian, and you will quickly discover a world of quiet habits, gentle gestures, and cultural traditions that feel both surprising and unforgettable, especially to visitors from the United States. Today on Global Pulse, we're taking you on a deep exploration of the everyday behaviors that make Canadian life so distinct, the habits that Americans often find strange, unexpected, and even inspiring. These aren't big political differences or dramatic cultural clashes. They're small moments, simple routines that reveal the true character of a nation built on humility, community, and quiet kindness. One of the first things visitors notice about Canada is the word sorry. It's everywhere. On the streets, in stores, in schools, spoken by people of all ages and backgrounds. Canadians say sorry even when absolutely nothing serious has happened. Someone bumps into them, they say sorry. They gently pass by someone in a crowded hallway. Sorry. You accidentally step on their foot. Believe it or not, they still might say sorry. To many Americans, this can feel unnecessary or even strange. In the United States, sorry often carries weight. It signals fault or responsibility. It's used when something is wrong. But in Canada, the meaning is much softer. Sorry doesn't mean guilt, it means respect. It reduces tension, smooths interactions, and makes public spaces more comfortable. It's a social tool that helps keep peace in a country known for calmness. What might sound like over-apologizing is actually a national habit of humility, a tiny word that carries a powerful cultural message. I acknowledge you. I respect your space. I want this moment to stay peaceful. In Canada, sorry is less about fault and more about kindness. Another daily habit that stands out to Americans is how effortlessly Canadians talk to strangers. Whether you're waiting for the bus, paying for groceries, or simply standing in an elevator, Canadians often spark small conversations, brief, warm, easy exchanges. It could be a comment about the weather, a polite question, or a simple greeting. To Americans, especially those from big cities, this can feel unusual. After all, in many parts of the U.S., people keep to themselves. They move quickly, avoid eye contact, and protect their personal space. But in Canada, small talk is part of everyday life. It's not intrusive, it's gentle. It turns brief encounters into moments of connection. It makes crowded places feel more human. And it reflects a deeper national belief, the idea that everyone deserves a little kindness even for a few seconds. Canadians don't start conversations to pry or invade privacy. They do it to create warmth, to make public life less cold and more comfortable for everyone. One of the most memorable Canadian traditions is what happens on public transportation. As people exit the bus, you'll often hear almost every passenger say, "Thank you. Thanks. Have a good day." It doesn't matter if they rode for 10 minutes or 1 hour. The gratitude is consistent. To many Americans, this is surprising. In most U.S. cities, bus drivers rarely hear a single thank you from passengers. Public transit tends to be rushed, quiet, and impersonal. But in Canada, the bus driver isn't invisible. They're acknowledged with respect. That simple thank you is a recognition of the role they play, getting people safely to where they need to go. This tiny tradition reflects something central about Canadian culture. Respect doesn't depend on status, position, or familiarity. It's given freely to anyone every day. And this habit leaves a strong impression on American visitors who often say, "I've never seen that before." Then, of course, there is the famous Canadian winter. For many Americans, temperatures near freezing are already challenging. But in parts of Canada, winter regularly reaches 30-degree ice, and life carries on without hesitation. Schools stay open, people head to work as usual. Children play outside with pink cheeks and warm smiles. And long before sunrise, Canadians shovel snow from their driveways again and again. Even more surprising, some Canadians walk outside in weather that would terrify others, wearing shorts. To Americans, this looks like unbelievable toughness or pure mystery. But for Canadians, it's normal. It's simply the result of living in a northern climate where winter is not an event. It's a season you learn to live with. This quiet resilience is not just about handling cold temperatures. It reflects a deeper cultural strength, the ability to adapt, endure, and stay positive even in harsh conditions. Canada's winter is more than weather. It's a teacher, shaping patience, cooperation, and community spirit. Canadian currency is another everyday feature that surprises Americans immediately. While U.S. bills share a single shade of green, Canadian money is colorful, bright blues, reds, purples, and yellows. Some Americans say it looks like toy money or something from a board game, but the design is intentional. It makes each bill easy to identify. It reduces mistakes in payment. And the polymer material makes the money far more durable than paper. Beyond practicality, the currency reflects something else: Canada's willingness to be modern, bold, and visually distinct. It shows that even something as ordinary as money can express national identity. Above all, the habit that leaves Americans most surprised and often deeply moved is the Canadian commitment to politeness. Holding doors for strangers, letting others go first in line, offering help without being asked, using "excuse me, thank you, and have a good day" as natural parts of conversation. In Canada, politeness is not a performance. It's a cultural foundation. It's how people choose to treat one another, not because they must, but because they believe everyone deserves respect. Americans often describe Canadian politeness as refreshing, calming, and quietly powerful. And it's true. This gentle approach to daily life creates a national atmosphere of safety and welcome. Canada proves that good manners are not old-fashioned. They're a living part of modern society, a habit that shapes how people feel in their own country. So while Canada and the United States may look similar on the surface, their everyday habits tell a completely different story. From constant kindness, to warm, effortless conversations, to gratitude offered even to complete strangers, to their remarkable resilience through harsh winters, to their vibrant, colorful currency, and of course the unmistakable culture of saying sorry. Every detail reveals something deeper. Canada is a country shaped not by noise but by quiet strength. Not by competition but by cooperation. Not by grand gestures but by the small acts of respect that truly define a nation. In a world that often celebrates the loudest voices, Canada shows us that gentleness, humility, and kindness can leave the greatest impact of all. This is Global Pulse, bringing you closer to cultures around the world, one everyday habit at a time. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more.